How much is an apology worth? In the digital age where public shame can be bought and sold like a commodity, that question has a surprisingly specific answer: $5,000. This was the bizarre, almost theatrical offer made to a woman who had become, in the span of a single weekend, one of the most reviled figures on the internet. She was known only by a mocking nickname, Phillies Karen, a phantom villain born from a grainy viral video. The deal was simple: return the baseball she had snatched from a child, sign it with the words, "I'm sorry," and walk away with a hefty sum of money. It was an offer she couldn't refuse, or perhaps one she couldn't accept without cementing her infamy forever. For the public, it was a tantalizing climax to a drama that had captivated millions. But the reality of the situation, the story behind the offer, was far more complex, revealing a dark tale of public entitlement, mistaken identity, and the transactional nature of modern forgiveness. No one could have predicted what would happen next, as the internet held its breath, waiting to see if a checkbook could truly buy redemption. Before the incident, she was just another face in the crowd, a woman in a Phillies jersey enjoying a baseball game. Her life, presumably, was one of ordinary routines, far from the glare of viral scrutiny. Perhaps she was a mother, a professional, a daughter, someone with a daily life filled with responsibilities, joys, and private struggles, completely detached from the world of online mobs. She woke up that morning as an anonymous citizen, one of thousands who would fill the stands, her biggest concern likely being whether her team would win or lose. Her identity was her own, her reputation untarnished, her name known only to friends and family. She was living in the quiet comfort of anonymity, a state of being so easily taken for granted until it's violently stripped away. That day she walked into the stadium as a private individual, but she would leave as a public symbol, her every action about to be dissected and judged by a global audience. Relentless. As the confrontation grew more heated and drew the attention of nearby fans, the father made a split-second decision. To make her go away and shield his son from the escalating scene, he took the ball from his son's glove and handed it to her. As she walked away with her prize, a chorus of boos erupted from the crowd, and the chants of "Karen, Karen" began. Someone was filming. The spark had been lit. The revelation of what followed was not a single, shocking twist, but a slow, horrifying cascade of digital justice gone awry. The video exploded online. For the internet, the narrative was simple and satisfying. An entitled woman had stolen a baseball from a child on his birthday. The public backlash was instantaneous and ferocious. But the outrage quickly morphed into a digital witch hunt. Armchair detectives scoured the internet, determined to unmask Phillies Karen. The problem was, they were terrible at their job. The mob demanded a villain, and in its haste, it found several. The first to be caught in the crossfire was a woman named Cheryl Richardson Wagner, a Red Sox fan who had no connection to the incident. Her inbox filled with furious messages, forcing her to publicly plead her innocence. Another woman, who happened to share a name with a suspect, found her career in social services ironically used against her, as critics wrongly dragged her reputation through the mud. The situation spiraled further when a rumor spread that one of the misidentified women had been fired from her teaching job, a claim so pervasive that the school district had to issue a formal denial. The internet saw a simple, damning video clip. The full context revealed a chaotic and destructive force that wounded innocent bystanders. This chain reaction of destruction demonstrated the terrifying collateral damage of viral outrage. While the real Phillies Karen remained anonymous, the lives of several innocent women were thrown into turmoil. They faced a torrent of public humiliation and harassment for a crime they didn't commit. Their names and faces were plastered across social media, attached to an act of selfishness that was not their own. Friends and family had to rush to their defense, while they were forced to lock down their online profiles and weather a storm of misdirected hatred. For these women, the experience was a trial by fire, a nightmarish lesson in how quickly a digital mob can turn on you without any regard for the truth. For the public, it was a moment of fleeting, righteous anger. Behind home, These hoaxes only added another layer of fiction to a story already dangerously detached from the facts, proving how difficult it is to find the truth once a viral narrative takes hold. Today, long after the initial outrage has subsided, the story of Phillies Karen lingers, defined by that strange, final offer. A trading card company, Blowout Cards, stepped into the fray with a proposition that was part marketing genius, part public theater. They offered the still unidentified woman $5,000 for the baseball, with one crucial condition. She had to autograph it with the words, "I'm sorry." The company promised to then deliver the ball to young Lincoln. The offer hangs in the air, a public dare. Will she cash in on her 15 minutes of infamy, accepting money in exchange for a scripted apology? Or will she remain a ghost? The ball, a secret trophy from her moment of public shame. While her fate remains unknown, the story found a happier resolution for the boy at its center. The team and the player, Harrison Bader, showered him with kindness, giving him a signed bat and turning his sour memory into a positive one. The saga of Phillies Karen serves as a powerful, unsettling parable for our times. It leaves us wondering about the nature of public shaming and the price of forgiveness. In a world where apologies can be bought and outrage is a form of entertainment, have we lost sight of what real accountability even looks like?